Oh, hi, Avish. How are you?
How's it, Sid? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I know you're a bundle of joy, and that's why we started slightly later. I know you want to see RCB do the funeral rites of Rajasthan Royals. So, what were your thoughts? I didn't actually watch it because my family were watching it, but I'll watch it on catch up, the famous catch up. And yeah, your thoughts quickly. It was a pretty dominant performance, 9 wickets.
Clinical, clinical, I would say. After the last game, I think. It's been a strange season for RCB at the moment. Eh? I mean,
Uh huh.
four wins on the road, Sid, and then two losses at
Mm-hmm.
home. So it's been a bit of a strange season so far, man. Look, they are playing some good cricket, no
Mm-hmm.
doubt about it. But I'm hoping the home form actually improves because if the home form improves with all these
Mm-hmm.
away wins, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get enough points to make the playoffs. So it's looking good from an away point of view. I mean, they're doing really well
Mm-hmm.
in the road. I mean, superb.
Mm.
They're probably the
Mm.
best team on the road at the moment.
Oh.
But the home form is a bit of a concern.
Mm-hmm.
So let's hope they put it right. But I mean, today, after the defeat against DC, which was, I mean, let's be honest, it was a very ordinary kind of performance from RCB in the last game, and it was good that they put it right today. This was clinical. 9 wicket win with how many balls was it? 16. 16 balls to spare.
Let me
Pretty clinical,
see.
eh? Pretty clinical in the end.
Let me see. Yeah, you're probably right. It's
16 or
15.
15,
I
something
think
around
that's
there.
yeah, probably 15. Yeah, 15. Close enough. Yeah. So
15,
yeah,
yeah.
looking. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
pretty clinical performance,
Mhm.
and back in the top four,
Yeah, you're right. They're definitely in the
which is
top
important.
four. Yeah, they're number three on the table, but they've played six, won four. They lost two. So I would assume the two were at home, if I'm correct. I think they lost one, probably against. Was that against my team? The first one they lost, and then they lost. Oh
No,
no
that was
no.
against GT. GT.
Okay, GT, and then the other one was against Delhi Capitals. Well, there's no shame losing to those two teams because they are part of the top of the table. Number one is DC, second is GT, then third is and fourth is LSG, fifth is my team, which is going 50-50 at the moment. And then Punjab's, well, I mean, you can't say much. They've only played five, so they have to catch up to the other team, but they're playing decently, I would say. Ross and Royals, UV's team is playing average, I would say. And then SRH did okay. Just on a you're laughing. No, but seriously, SRH, man, what a mind blowing batting performance. And we will admit the pitch was a road. I was telling my dad that. I mean, yeah, credit to the groundsman. I mean, imagine the crowd; they got their money's worth, man. I wish I was there watching it live. But what were your thoughts on that road of a pitch and Sunrise's batting performance? I know the pretty owner must be over the moon.
I mean, what was it? 480 runs on a
Close
Saturday
to
night. I mean, if you wanted
yeah.
entertainment on a Saturday night, you got it. You got it with this
Y-
game because this game was pure entertainment. I mean, it was cinema. It was cinema on a cricket pitch.
Hmm.
Um, that innings from Abhishek, it's
Yeah.
probably the best innings we've seen in the IPL since. I just want to put it out there since Gale's 175, which was like
Hmm.
around 14 years ago. That
Yeah, man.
was the most explosive innings we've seen since then. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. In fact, this innings took me back to AB's 149 that he made at the Wanderers, and that was in a
Mm-hmm.
50 over game as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it gave me flashbacks of AB, the way AB was playing on that day. I mean, there was no bowler that could contain him, and yesterday you saw it with Abhishek. What a talented player and a return to form for him. And
Mm-hmm.
a much needed 2 points for Sunrisers. I did call it, although I didn't expect them to chase 243 when
Mm-hmm.
Punjab
Yeah, yeah,
scored
yeah,
that,
yeah.
but I did call them to win this game. So
Yeah, likewise.
it was a much
We
needed win
both
for
did.
Sunrisers. But I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
spectacular innings. That I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm running out of superlatives to describe this innings. Man,
Of
what,
course.
what was it? 12 fours and 11 sixes. Unbelievable. I
Yeah.
think it was. I think 80% of his runs were boundaries.
Of
He just didn't
course.
want to run. He just didn't want to run.
Yeah.
And
Even my mom was
I
commenting,
mean,
only hitting
honestly
sixes.
speaking,
Yeah.
Punjab.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, I don't know how they lost that game. Sid. I really don't know how they lost that game. I mean,
Mm.
to post that kind of total and end up on the losing side. I mean, geez.
It's
And
demoralizing.
this is not the first time it's happened to Punjab, eh? It's happened quite
Oh,
a few times to Punjab, where they posted 200 plus and end up losing. I don't know if you recall the one in was it Sharjah in 2020 where Cottrell got spanked all over the place by Tevatia. You remember that game?
wow. No, I have a very good memory. I don't
Yeah.
remember that
So
one in Dubai. I don't remember it.
look.
Hmm?
I think the one consolation was it was a really flat pitch. I
Yeah,
mean, there was nothing
very.
in it for the bowlers. I mean,
Yeah.
even in uh, even in Punjab's innings as well. I mean, you could see
Mm-hmm.
Sunrisers
Mm.
were really struggling with the ball
Mm.
there.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, a much needed 2 points. I mean, I don't know
definitely.
where this. I don't know where this leaves Sunrisers in terms of
Mm-hmm.
getting back in the tournament. It's been a bad start for them,
Of
but there
course.
is a bit of daylight now between them and the last two teams. And who would have thought? Who would have thought two of the most successful teams in
Yes,
IPL
number
history
nine and
are
number
ninth
10.
and 10th? Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
it's crazy. Yeah, it's really a bonkers, man. But actually, I
You
was
couldn't
telling
script that.
you,
You couldn't script that.
no, it's happened before. I think a few seasons
You couldn't.
ago when MSK and Chennai were really bad that year. A few years ago, if you remember, when they were going through transition because of that mega auction, I think they had. If you remember, where they had to really, let go of too many players, because of the new teams coming in. That's why they
Uh,
let go. Yeah, I think it was that year. I forgot
I
what year
mean,
that was, but hmm,
what can I say about CSK this season, man? I mean, this is a
depressing.
side that's lacking confidence. They're lacking
They're going,
confidence with the bat. They're lacking confidence with the ball. I mean,
yeah.
it's so strange
Mm-hmm.
for me to say this about CSK because
Mm-hmm.
CSK
Mm-hmm.
is one team that doesn't lack confidence. They're always a
Of
side that
course.
especially at
Yeah.
home, it's kind of been a fortress for them,
Hmm.
and this has become this has become a team where they are
Mm-hmm.
become it becomes so beatable to beat to win at home. They become so
Hmm.
beatable at home. Uh,
Yeah.
I know. I know they were talking about not getting the kind of pitches that they wanted, but I mean, geez, that performance against KKR, I mean, that was really, really depressing from a K
Hmm.
from a from a
Yeah.
CSK point of view. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it's still early days, but
Of course.
it's gonna take a miraculous performance from them to get into the playoffs now. So I mean,
Of course.
not just the games that they've lost, but I
Oh.
mean, we saw it last year with the RCB. It is
Mm-hmm.
possible, but the problem is the net run rate is so low as well. So they've got to win and they've got to win handsomely as well. So
Yeah.
it's two things they've got to like target now. They've got to target the points, but they've
Mm-hmm.
also got to try and win handsomely to actually move up the table and with net run rate and stuff. So I mean, it's a long way back for CSK. I think there's going to be a lot of changes in the franchises. You're going to see a new look CSK next season probably.
Of course. Speaking of CSK, the minus 1.554. That's the net run rate. And I'm trying to see something here. Who was the man of the match for your team today? I only see the captain's speeches here. Do you know who the man of the match was for your team? Oh, it doesn't make.
I'm
Okay.
not sure because I probably it was I'd probably give it a shot because of these he showed
Okay.
a bit of impetus in that power play. I would probably give it to him.
Okay. Because there was
I would
showing
probably,
on
it's a tough one.
ESPN.
I mean,
Yeah.
quite a
If
clinical
it's
performance, but
yeah.
I would
Mm-hmm.
give it a salt. I would give it a salt. I think he was really explosive in the power play, and that set up the
Okay.
win for RCB today.
Okay, no problem. So let's get to the match that's going to be really important, especially for the bottom of the league, I think. Oh, no, I'm like second of the league, bottom is MI against Delhi at home. On paper, this is very obvious, but since MI do need the wins, and I was watching Purify, and Michael Vaughan is still bullish on Mumbai still making the playoffs because he said Mumbai always start this way, really slow, and he feels that when the owners tell them that we are not paying you to lose, they'll somehow wake up. So I guess judging by that theory, MI do need to win. So I might regret this, but I'm going for MI to win to beat Delhi, break their unbeaten record. Although I won't be surprised if Delhi do win, but MI do need the win. So your thoughts?
You know the strange thing with MI,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think batting is a problem for this team. I think they've got
Oh,
explosive batters in the side.
okay.
The problem with MI at the moment has been their bowling, if you agree with me.
Hmm.
It's been their
Ah.
bowling that's let them down so far in this tournament. So,
Mm-hmm.
look, on paper, I'll be honest with you, Delhi has really surprised me this season. So I didn't
Hmm.
really fancy them at the start of the season, but looking at the way they've been playing, they would
Mm-hmm.
go in as favorites. But yeah, I mean, MI, when they got the backs to the wall, a
Mm-hmm.
wounded tiger, you can't
Mm-hmm.
write them off. So let's go for MI today. I can see Delhi getting a bit complacent. So
Okay.
let's go for MI.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
I,
Let's go
I
for MI.
cool. All right. So we'll go to I forgot what I was going to tell you actually because oh no, I was just remembering that I remember that me and you had gone for SRH and then UV had gone the other way, which makes sense. Okay, it's fine. That doesn't really matter. Okay, tomorrow is actually LSG and CSK. I'm going with LSG because CSK are watching them as like going to a funeral. So I'm going with LSG. And LSG is also playing at home, so that makes it even more predictable.
I don't know what to make of them. Sorry, CSK at the moment. I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they want the season to end and just
Mm.
restructure that franchises because that franchise needs. I mean, at the moment
Mm-hmm.
they need open heart surgery to get back in this tournament. That's how bad it's gotten for
Mm.
CSK. So I mean, LSJ are playing well.
Mm-hmm.
Even yesterday's performance against a
Mm-hmm.
very strong GG team was very, very impressive. So let's go LSG there. I like their
Okay.
bowling lineup. So they've got a good bowling lineup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess the only flaw to LSG is that Rishabh Pant is not the most natural captain, but I guess he'll get better at it as they win matches, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah, no, they totally agree with that.
Okay. All right. By the way, I was reading on ESPN regarding this match, RCB and Rajasthan Royals. The feeling was atrocious from what I was reading, like 10 dropped catches. What was up, man?
That's a good question. I think Rajasthan dropped about six of those. I'm
Oh.
not sure what was going on. It's, probably during the day and the sun is in your eyes and stuff.
Mm,
And
mm,
I don't know, but I would think that catching would be a lot easier during the day, wouldn't it,
mm,
compared to during the night?
mm. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I
But
was a bit surprised. Yeah. I mean, Rajasthan's feeling was atrocious. I'll
mm,
be honest with you, really, really
of
atrocious.
course.
They really dropped some sitters. I know they dropped Salt in the power play,
Mm,
and excuse me, he made them pay,
hmm.
which uh, which is what you do as a batsman.
Of course. Okay. All right. On Tuesday is
Yeah.
Punjab against my team. A tricky one because Punjab are playing at home and Trace Ayer is going to be captaining against his team. Ugh. Well, my team will be shitting themselves if Punjab win the IPL, that's for sure. But so it's tough. Oh, I hate to predict this one. All right, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Punjab. Then, and I don't mind the KKR proving me wrong, but I think Punjab's are playing very well, so I'll go with them to win.
I think after what happened to them against Sunrisers, they want to put that performance behind them, and yeah, Punjab's got an explosive batting lineup. Eh?
Oh yeah,
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Punjab. There. Sorry, sir, I'm going with Punjab.
that's yeah. Actually, to be honest, I've forgotten how bad. I forgot not only how bad, but I've forgotten how they lost so bad and how so humiliating it was. I thought maybe I forgot about that performance, but it's fine. Let's keep it. If KKR proved me wrong, I'm happy with that. I've actually bet
I,
against. I've
I
actually
think the
gone
one thing
against.
about
Sorry.
IPL, even if you have a bad
Uh huh.
performance, even if you have a bad performance in the IPL, you
Mm-hmm.
got to you can turn it around very quickly because I mean the
Of
games are
course.
coming thick and fast. Yeah,
Hmm. But it's funny. I've actually predicted against my team this season, and so far I've been quite happy with them proving me wrong. So that's been quite cool. All right, we go to Wednesday. Okay, we'll go to Capital, then Rajasthan Royal. Okay, I'm going with Delhi Capitals. It's very straightforward for me.
Yeah, I mean Rajasthan Royals. They're one of those teams. I think with CSK and MI, they're looking in a lot of trouble this season. So I
Hmm.
mean, DC are really good this year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's go DC.
Okay. Oh yeah, now I remember what I wanted to tell you regarding Sunrisers. Okay. Do you know why Sunrisers have been losing? And I'm not trying to justify their losses. So what they justify, I try and make excuses for them.
Sure.
It's because the groundsmen are not preparing the type of pitches they got yesterday. They're very good on really tar road pitches. And then if you've noticed, some of those pitches they've been playing even at home were not really conducive for the way they play those strokes. So either we could give credit to other teams being very creative with their bowling, maybe slow balls. Maybe that's what probably went against Punjabs. But also Punjabs against Punjab, I think, if I'm correct. So I think they need to have roads for their home matches. Then they'll stand a chance of at least trying to get close enough to the playoffs. That's my theory, Because
But
and
I
speaking
mean,
of,
let's
pardon,
be honest, sir. I mean, isn't that a bit one dimensional now? I
I know,
mean, let's be honest. I mean, a side that's one dimensional in
I know.
that sense, they're going to get exposed. They're going to get exposed either at home or they're going to get exposed away. You've got to be able to play on all kinds of surfaces. And I agree with you. The
Uh
two
huh.
games that Sunrisers have won
Uh huh.
in the IPL this year have been on absolute roads. The one against Rajasthan, which was a
Uh
bit
huh.
of a bloodbath for the
Yeah.
bowlers
Yeah.
in the opening game. That was,
Yeah.
that was a 280 place 240. And then
Mm-hmm.
yesterday's game was also a bit of a bloodbath for the bowlers. So this is the kind of wickets that they want to prepare. They want to prepare graveyard kind of wickets for their bowlers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you play away from them, you're going to get exposed. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Sunrisers won yesterday, but I don't think they're out of the woods in terms of not making it to the playoffs. I think
Cool.
there's a lot of good teams in this tournament that Sunrise is going to be wary of. So I mean, it was all fair and good that they've got the 2 points that they needed, but there's a lot of catching up for them, eh?
Yeah. But although we could take it the other way, they must have got a lot of confidence out of that win. So we have to be aware of them. So I wouldn't write them off. And speaking of which, they're playing against MI at home on Thursday. And it's another tricky match because Sunrisers are number 8, MI is number 9. And although if MI win their match today, I would probably fancy them to beat Sunrisers. So I'll go with MI again. Although knowing that Sunrisers can surprise me.
Oh my God, this is going to be fun. This game is going to be fun
I
because I
know.
mean, if Sunrisers get the pitch that they wanted, this could be another bloodbath. This could be another bloodbath for the bowlers. And MI's bowling is not the best this year, eh? I mean,
Hmm.
Bumrah just coming back from injury. You can't expect Bumrah to hit his steps, straight away.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect a high scoring affair. And if it's a high scoring affair,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately for MI, I see Sunrisers winning this one.
At the Wankiri.
Is it at the Wankiri?
Yes. That's why I've gone for MI.
Ooh, am I at the Wankiri? Okay, this is going to be interesting. This is going to
Yeah.
be really, really interesting. Um, I think if MI are smart,
Mm-hmm.
they will prepare a pitch that has a little bit in it.
Yeah.
Because if they have a little bit in it, they can really expose the Sunrisers batting lineup because they've only got one way. They've only
Of
got one
course.
gear set. The way they
Yeah.
the way they play, they've just got one gear. They're not a team that can shift gears.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go for MI. Let's go for MI.
Okay. Okay. We'll go for Friday's match, which is your team playing at home against the Punjabis, and your team has not been very good at home. So I'm gonna go with Punjabs, and also they have a good record against your team for some reason. So I'm going with Punjab. Sorry, bud.
I mean that groundsman needs to catch a wake up. He's got to prepare a good pitch because the last two pitches at
Uh-huh.
Bangalore have been very kachra. I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you, really, really kachra. So
Mm-hmm.
look, RCB need to start winning at home, unfortunately,
Okay.
and this is the game that they need to really get going. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know for some reason what's going on with them at home. But I do hope they chase like today. I do hope
Hmm.
they chase because I think chasing is their
Mm-hmm.
strength. They know
Okay.
what to do when it comes to chasing. They know how
Mm-hmm.
to set a platform. I mean, Salt and Collie, if they give
Mm-hmm.
them a platform, they know how to chase a squad out. And then you've got an explosive middle order with Patidar, Padikal, Livingston, who's a bit of hit and miss. And then Tim
Mm-hmm.
David, who I think has been an absolutely good addition to this team. And obviously Jitesh as well. Sorry. So there's a lot of talent there, so, in terms of betting. So yeah, I'm gonna go with RCB. They need to get back to winning ways. This has been
Okay.
really, really strange so far.
All right. So, okay, we have Saturday, which is the Titans against Delhi Capital at home, and GT, if I can remember, are probably, if I remember at the moment, are second on the table against table toppers Delhi Capitals. So, this is tricky. This is hard. But then, if Delhi Capitals hypothetically lose to MI today, then I think they'll probably be very motivated to probably win. So, ugh, I'm so stuck on this one. But let's say if Delhi Capitals lose one, maybe they could go through a little slump. So I'll go with GT to win.
I think GT on that kind of wicket, they've been so superb this season.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be the first loss for Delhi on the road this season. So I'm going GT. I think their bowling attack on that wicket there really like
Uh huh.
gives them the edge. They've just got
Okay.
that little bit extra in their bowling lineup.
Okay. Actually, it would be the second loss in the row if they lose today, and then plus the one you just said now. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
oh
what
yes, but where are they playing today? Where are they playing? They're playing at home. Am I right?
yeah. Oh yeah, of course, you're right. It is the first loss on the road. Okay, you're correct. My bad. You're correct. You're absolutely right. Avish. Oh boy. I know. I was saying is that you're absolutely right. It would be their first loss away. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, let's go GT. I think GT have been very
Yeah,
impressive
yeah,
at home. I think they're one
yeah.
of the sides that can make the playoffs this year for sure.
Okay. All right. The second match on this coming Saturday will on the 19th will be Roger and Roll at home against LSG. So I'm gonna. Well, I feel pity for Roger and Roll. I think they're gonna be party poopers somewhere in this competition. So I'll go with Rogers and Rolls to beat LSG.
Yeah, I mean LSG, it's a strange team. Eh? I mean the games that they expected to win, they don't win, and the
Mm-hmm.
games that you don't expect them to win, they end up winning. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean this one could be a bit of a banana skin for LSG because I mean Rajasthan might go into this game with nothing much, not much to play for. So yeah, let's go Rajasthan. Rajasthan.
Okay, and then we'll do one more because I know we'll probably do a chat in the afternoon. So I know the Sunday first
Yeah,
match. If I'm first going to assume that okay, there is a double header this coming next week, this upcoming Sunday. So it's going to be the Punjabis against your team.
we've got a
And
feast of cricket. We've got a feast of cricket this Easter weekend.
yeah, I know it's delicious. Yeah, it's delicious. And Punjab are playing at home
Delicious. Yeah.
against the RCB, your team, and this time Punjab are playing at home. Oh, this is tricky again. I'm going with your team to win because your team has been fantastic away, and aren't you happy? I've once predicted your team to win a match. I'm predicting your team to beat the Punjabis.
I like that. I like that. I will detail that. I will detail that. Yeah, I think first will win on the road for RCB against Punjab. I think they'll enjoy the conditions in Punjab.
And also, they're very good away. I mean, that's why I'm predicting your team to win because Punjab are playing at home, and yeah, I won't be surprised if RCB are winning it. So I predicted them to win. I think,
Absolutely, absolutely.
and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Unless you want to add in anything else.
Is there only one game next week Sunday?
There is at 4 p.m., but I think we'll usually do a chat before then, unless you want to do a prediction on this following
Oh,
match as
okay,
well.
okay. No, no, no. What I was just asking, what I was just inquiring, is there two double headers next week, Saturday and Sunday, or is there only a
Yeah,
double header on a Saturday?
yeah. Actually, on the match we'll be discussing next week will be MI against CSK, the bottom of the table match. How delightful. Okay, MI is playing at home, so I'm going with MI to beat Chennai in advance. I'm going with MI to beat Chennai already, but we can change our predictions
MI,
if.
MI. Give me MI. Give me MI. Give me MI.
What a funeral of a
Give me
game.
MI.
Who would have back in the days
Yeah,
when
yeah,
these
yeah.
two,
So,
who would have thought?
I mean, this was the blockbuster fixture
Hmm.
of the IPL
Yeah,
historically.
of course,
Yeah,
of course.
and
Uh,
look at what it's become. I mean, it's become a whooping boys kind of fixture now.
Ah, okay. To end on a controversial note, I think ever since they've introduced these new teams to the IPL, like Gujarat Titans and LSG, and back in the day Pune and all these other teams, I think these two teams have been the most affected. Have you noticed the performance has actually gone down all ever since new teams have been introduced?
I totally agree with you, sir. I totally agree with you. But I think the problem with a team like CSK as well. I think they relying too much on. They haven't really evolved as a team in
Hmm.
the sense that they
Mm-hmm.
keep playing the same kind of brand of cricket. I mean, you can't be this conservative, bro. I mean, you've got to
Mm-hmm.
adapt to the times. You've got to. I mean, if you look at the run rates now, I mean, teams are
Mm-hmm.
scoring like almost 100 in the power play. And if you're going to be scoring like under 50 in the power play, you're going to be in big trouble. You're in a big
Mm-hmm.
trouble. So I think teams haven't evolved, and the teams that haven't evolved are the teams that are lying at the bottom of the table at the moment. So they've got some catching up to do. But
Mm-hmm.
speaking about those two teams that they've added, I think it's been good for the IPL.
Of
I think it
course.
spiced things up a bit. What do you
Yeah.
think?
No, I agree. I mean, it's good, but my
And
only worry
obviously,
is, sorry.
obviously,
Mm-hmm.
obviously for us viewers, they've given us more games as well.
Yeah, but I guess it's kind of come at the
Mm.
detriment to the point where people are worried. Not the people. I think it's more like I guess people are worried in the sense that IPL might consume most of the cricket calendar, and then there won't be any proper international cricket, which means that the development more the teams such as the yeah, that's the only detriment of the IPL expanding too many games, if that makes sense to you. So I think they need to try and keep a lid on that, need to control it. I hear stories of Saudi Arabia having their own league, and the IPL could be hosted there. So imagine having two versions of the IPL. Might become a bit too much, man. As much as I love the IPL.
No,
So,
I mean that's really crazy now. I mean, we're talking about Saudi Arabia. I mean, this is a country that doesn't have a legacy
hmm
of cricket. They don't have a culture of cricket in that country. I mean,
yeah,
they
but
do have a culture of football, and we
mm,
know the Saudi league has obviously taken place. But in terms of
yeah,
cricket, I don't think they have any culture in terms of cricket. So
yeah,
yeah, I
hmm
mean, I don't want them to actually add more teams to this IPL season because I think there's already too many teams. If you
not
have to
teams.
add
You
another
mean
two,
like
I think it's purely it's
no? It's not teams. It's more like games. Like meaning that they'll have two versions of the IPL. Meaning like they have one IPL this year, one part of this early part of this year, and then one IPL maybe toward the end of this year, for example. Be too much, man. Too much IPL. I want to
no,
watch
it's
some
it's
Test
it's
cricket.
it's going to be too much because
Yeah.
remember that the southern hemisphere's cricket season begins
Yeah.
in at the end of the year. I mean, from
Mm.
November right till
Yeah.
February. I mean, Australia, New Zealand,
Mm.
and SA. So it's going to be difficult. And obviously, what I heard this year, the SA 20 is actually going to be starting on Boxing Day this year. So
Nice.
I think it's going to be a festive vibe with the cricket this year. It's starting a little early because there seems to
hmm
be no Test cricket this year, which is a bit unfortunate
Oh, yeah.
for
That's true.
SA cricket fans. But
Mm.
yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know when last there was no Test cricket during the peak of summer, so that's disappointing. But anyways, I believe there's a big Test calendar next year. So
Of course.
and also I think the Proteas are touring Pakistan and India at that time as well. So they've got
Yeah.
two major tours
Of
at
course.
the end of the year. But I do hope
hmm
they be able to have a good Test calendar next year. But yeah, I think just leave it the way it is. I mean, obviously the ICC has given the IPL 2 months window, and
Mm-hmm.
it should remain like that because international cricket is also very important to the
Of
calendar,
course.
as is the IPL. So stay it like it is. I mean, if you're going to add more leagues, I think it's going to be oversaturated, sir. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it there, and yeah, we'll catch up soon. Take care, man.
Okay, man. Cheers.